back, and I'm joined now with my co-host, who we've not seen in a week or two, Bryan Kell and Micah Lawrence, who are hosting a brand new podcast called the BLC Connection. Welcome to the show, guys.
What is the show?
I think it's called Table Talk. Yeah. So let's talk about, or just open up, I guess, for those that are thinking, what is a podcast? What are we trying to do here?
Well, podcast is kind of like listening to, I guess you could call it a pre-recorded radio segment that's available digitally on basically any device that you can imagine. It's really good content for a lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people I've noticed, they've increased in popularity over the years, and I go back to some of the ones I think of, like Joe Rogan, for instance, has really become more famous for his podcast, which has also turned into a YouTube channel. But people like to listen, I guess, in their car or while they're cleaning house. Do you follow several podcasts, Bryan?
Yeah, I do. I love podcasts. I'll find myself on a lunch break or even getting ready in the mornings. Those are my times, usually at lunch or morning. And I think that there are so many different types of podcasts that are out there. That when we started having the discussion, and Greg also, our CEO and GM, Greg Smart, about the possibilities of us being able to do a podcast, what would that look like? If it's going to be a Ben Lomond podcast, what does that need to be? And so I think we kind of threw some stuff around, and a couple of words that stuck seemed to be technology and community. And so hopefully we are finding, I'm keeping that in the active tense, that we're finding a way to be able to help folks get a little bit more information about community and a little bit more about technology. And that's kind of the BLC Connection Podcast.
Yeah. Micah, we've got one under our belt now. How did you feel about that first one? What did you learn from it?
Well, I think it was definitely good. I learned that we've got a lot to say.
You're right, we do.
I actually kind of enjoy it, and the reason why I do is because we are talking about technology, something that I'm passionate about. But what I also like to see is, we throw around words and acronyms and things like that on a daily basis, but we forget the fact that the general public don't understand what that means, and being able to kind of break it down for them and get it to where they can understand it. I think it helps us because, there are newer technologies out there that can help your business, they can help you at home, that's beneficial for everybody. So I think it's good and exciting for us to be able to get this content out there and give some good information to our customers.
I'm curious we'll turn the question back to,
yes.
She is a co-host and everything. What did you take away from the first one?
Well, it was similar to doing the table talk, but I loved the camaraderie and the discussion going back and forth. And then it makes me delve into technology that I normally kind of put in the back of my mind. It piques my interest on how, as a customer, that can benefit me at home. And then I really love how we can talk about community events, what's in our magazine and things like that, and do a fun side of Ben Lomond as well.
Yeah, I agree. I think that, and you've mentioned it, is that the BLC Connection podcast is up on all the major and even some platforms I'd never even heard of, but wherever you get podcasts, there's a safe bet that it is there. Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio, it is currently up there. But one of the cool things, Karen, I know that you've been a part of, is even if you don't have a platform, I guess, to be able to watch that on, you can just go to our website.
Right. We worked with a company to create a home for the podcast on the website. So yeah, if you're not a subscriber to all the podcast listening things, you can just go to our website and listen, stick you some headphones in, and have a listen. We talked before we went live here about, shortening, we had a lot to talk about, and there is a lot to dig through, but we'll probably make our future ones a little bit tighter and more concise, and we're learning as we go.
Yeah, very much so. I know that Micah, that first episode, I guess it's safe to say, we're still feeling things out.
That's right.
But it was the first episode, so like Karen said, we had a lot to be able to cover. But we jumped in there with a place that you walked out of before many years ago, and talking about network support in the first episode.
Yeah, I loved being able to talk about what this department is, because a lot of people don't see the magic behind Ben Lomond. Those ones that you talk to the most, and it was really good to talk to Donette and talk about how some of the inner workings of our tech support works, because these guys are amazing. They deal with a lot of customers all day long, and to hear some of that inner workings is pretty intriguing, I guess.
I've always said that is such a unique talent to work in that department, because you have the mind of where you think and technology makes sense with you, but you're also, that employee has good customer service skills, and they're excellent in dealing with customers, and that is a rare bird to find that person that has the mindset to do both of those things.
I know that we're going to be talking a lot on all the different podcasts to kind of taking folks inside Ben Lomond, but then also outside into all the different things that are going on throughout our service area in the 5 counties that we touch in a major way. But Karen, something that folks can be able to also, if they go and check it out either on our website or subscribe to it on the platforms that they listen to podcasts, we're going to have some mini episodes that you're doing. Talk about the mini episodes.
Well, we really wanted to highlight some businesses in our area and in our whole service territory that really go above and beyond in how they deal with certain aspects. My first guest was Ben Newman and Caney Fork,
Bill
and
Rogers,
yes,
yeah.
and Bill Rogers, and we talked about how well that they handle customer outages, dealing with the customer, updates in a time of crisis. And then my next one, I'm going to talk with the owner of Lennon and Grace, and she has really pivoted her business from when she bought the business. It was totally different, and how she moved for her market. So just all kinds of little businesses in town that are doing things, or in the towns that we serve, that do an excellent job at these things.
I know that Micah, the first one, like we said, is under our belt, but we've also got a pretty important second one and third one. Maybe give folks a little bit of idea maybe what's coming over the next couple of podcasts with the BLC Connection.
So I know coming up next we're going to be interviewing Greg Smart.
Boss man.
Got to see what he's got to say, kind of see, I think you guys said he's getting close on his 40 years being at Ben Lomond, kind of seeing some of his insight.
And 1 year on the job at the GMCO.
That's right, been 1 year as our CEO. And then as far as our third one, I believe that's when we're going to go live at our annual meeting, where
Or at least live to tape.
Or live to tape, yeah. On site. That's what I say. But yeah, to be able to do a podcast there at the annual meeting, I think that's going to be exciting. Being able to see everybody walking by, everybody driving through, and all that good stuff. So I'm super excited about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to show off our new biz box that we've got coming. We're going to tape the next podcast out of it. It's an awesome, I guess, trailer is such not the right word for it, but basically it's a mobile office that is tricked out, and we can take it places and show people technology, have meetings in it, sign up people for fiber. It's just the uses are endless.
And I'll throw one more thing out on the podcast side of things, is that, and we talk about it on the podcast, we'll talk about it every episode, but if you have questions, if someone out there has topics or questions or things that we can help you understand better, we look for that feedback. And so I think it's BLC Podcast at benlomond.net is just one of the ways that you can reach out to us by email in this way to help us be a part of the BLC Connection Podcast and help us get better at what we do and meeting the needs of folks out there.
Absolutely.
Well, guys, thank you so much. I enjoy hosting the podcast with you all and coming on Table Talk. Brian, we hope to see more of you on Table Talk. There's times where you do a lot of your interviews and things via Zoom now, kind of reach out to some people that don't live here locally, which is awesome.
Yeah, folks, Table Talk's in great hands with Karen. But yeah, everybody stay connected, right? We have to say on the podcast.
Right, yes. And thank you for joining us today. Have a safe, healthy, and happy week. And join us again next week for more Table Talk.